G Assist in the past? Okay. I'll give you a quick run. So it runs completely on device on your RTX GPU, and what it essentially is a new AI way of interacting and interfacing with your settings. Instead of having to dig through control panels and menus, you can just talk to G Assist and engage with natural language. Today we're announcing several upgrades for G Assist. Firstly, it gets a new reasoning mode that upgrades the AI, the LLM powering G Assist. What that enables it to do is be more intelligent, be more accurate, and also do multiple actions within a single prompt to save you time. For example, one of the new capabilities that we're showcasing is G Assist can now control your G-Sync monitor settings. So if you've ever tried adjusting monitor settings manually, it's quite painful. Find these physical buttons behind, it's clunky, you really can't see what you're doing, but now you can just talk to G Assist instead. So you can just say, are all my monitor settings optimized for esports? And the AI runs on device, talks to the monitor, checks everything. So it's telling me, okay, refresh rate is correct, G-Sync is enabled, but your image preset can be adjusted to esports, and G-Sync Pulsar, which is the new technology, can be optimized as well. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'll just say, yeah, set image preset to esports and enable Pulsar. And so this is great. If you're a new user, you might not even know these settings exist, and G Assist can change them for you. You see, it just became more vibrant, a little easier to track your enemies when you're playing, and it enabled the new Pulsar technology on these new monitors. This is useful for new users, so this way, even if you're an experienced user, it's just easier to control brightness, contrast to exactly the way that you want by just talking to G Assist in this way instead of finding buttons.
It's completely local on the GPU.
Yes, the AI, the voice recognition, everything runs locally on your RTX GPU, supported on all RTX GPUs with 6 GB of VRAM or more. Next up, we've kind of partnered with Corsair to bring that same ability to control your hardware, also to your mouse and your keyboard. So, for example, you can try this mouse right now, set to 1600 dpi. It's a little too sensitive, at least for me, for an esports or a gaming shooter kind of title. So, if I wanted to adjust that, I could just say, set my mouse dpi to 400. And you can be in a game, you can be outside. It can directly optimize that and change those settings on the fly for you.
How did you prompt it? Just tell it. Did you press the button?
So you just press Alt G to type it. Then you can type, or you press Alt V and then you can hold Alt V to talk. And you can customize those hotkeys to whatever you want.
Does it?
Changing the DPI on there, if the mouse, it will override whatever the mouse is done, if it's a mouse that can switch on the fly, or does it have to be something new?
It will override the mouse because this is working with Corsair's IQ software.
IQ.
So it just applies the change.
Is it only Corsair?
Yeah.
The mouse DPI change is only Corsair. We do have a Logitech plugin that allows you to change lighting. So you can turn my keyboard green or something.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I cut you. Yeah.
No, it's IQ. Yeah.
So part of the Corsair partnership is we've also been able to handle actions on your Stream Deck. So the Stream Deck can control things around you, there's lights, all of your scenes in OBS. So if you were a live streamer, your setup would look somewhat like this. You have OBS set up, you have this gaming scene, your camera kind of minimized, and you would configure all of the controls for that on the Stream Deck. Now you can complement the Stream Deck by also giving access to G Assist and enabling G Assist to control those as well. So for example, if I wanted to take a break from this stream, I could just say, I'm going AFK, handle everything via Stream Deck plugin. And it's essentially seeing okay, what are the actions that I have, what I need to do, and it's okay, I need to mute, need to change my scene so nobody can see me, turn off the lights, and you can just walk off.
So do you need to set up what it just did like one time, or does the AI know exactly what to shut off based off of what you have there?
So you need to give it access to the buttons, just like for access control reasons. Like you want to give it like what commands you have. But the AI has some information around like typical streamer behaviors to be able to infer and reason for you. If your setup is different or like slightly more complicated, you can also just exactly tell it do ABC, and then it does that for you.
And then does it have memory? Like if you tell it, hey, do ABC, will it know to do ABC in the future?
No, because we're working with a limited context window. So because it's an on-device model, it has to run within this constraints. So it does not store all of that information. But if you wanted to, what you could do is just the same way that like you have Stream Deck or Corsair available as kind of plugins for G Assist, you could write your own G Assist plugin. So these are very simple pieces of code, basically like Python scripts, which enable you to take any API and connect it with G Assist. So we've had community members build a bunch of plugins for G Assist. We've put them up on the Mod.io G Assist plugin hub. There's plugins that connect, Gemini, so you can ask it questions like in the game. Plugins that can check, like whether your system is good enough to run like particular games. Pretty much like a lot of different APIs like you can connect. And to make this process even easier, you can also now use a new cursor-based plugin builder. So if you've used Cursor's agentic tools for coding or tried that, it's pretty simple. Like I haven't written code in many years, but like I can just type, hey, I want a plugin that does X, and with this plugin builder, it pretty much finds the APIs for you. It knows like what format everything needs to be in, and it kind of does most of the coding for you. So you can customize and create your own plugins as well. Make it like really DIY, like your own assistant.
Very cool.